Hello, so now I've got to the very end. You see there's just a small gap for my fish. So I'm going to carry on going. And that one's just popped out, so I'm just going to pop it back in again. So we're going up to the end where the point is, where they cross over. You just need to lift it up, take it through, keep going. So we've got to the top. So now we're just going to carry on round, take it round once, and then carry on again, and then take it up through the middle of where the fins join onto the body, and then you're going to carry on and you're going to work your way. So if you go around through the middle, back round the other side, try not to pull it over so you have the misshape of the tail. So you're just going to carry on till you get up to a level that you like. Now, one of the nice things about working with paper is you can just extend the tubes if you want the size to be different. So I've taken some tubes the same size as the one I've got. I'm just checking it's the right size. I'm going to cut it off, and I've already extended this one a little bit, and I think I'm going to extend it some more. So I'm just going to squeeze the one that's already on there. Now, if it's gone a bit soft, you can trim it back. So this one's gone a bit soft because I've already wound round it. So I'm going to actually trim that back and then put a longer piece back on. So I'm just going to put some glue on there. And I'm going to do the same with the other end, and then I'm going to show you again what we're going to do. So I'm going to fast forward while I'm doing this bit, okay? And then I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to snip at an angle to give my tail. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed making your paper fish. So you can obviously go on and do other things with it and make some eyes and do all the things you want. I'm looking at how I would display it, because it obviously won't stay up on its own. So there's two things I would do. I would either take one of the large paper tubes, so here's one I made earlier. I would flatten down the end and then stick it with some glue onto the back of the fish, and you'll have your fish on a stick. The other option is to use some string. So to find your balancing point on the fish, you need to poke it through and see where you feel your balancing point is. Now that's slightly too over for me, and I think that's about it. Can you see? So I'm going to leave the stick in and use my piece of string. I folded it in half. Obviously it doesn't have to be string, but that's what I have to hand. So I folded it in half. I was going to push the loop through and then take the extra piece back through. Now the reason I did that was if I change my mind, it's not tied to the fish. permanently without having to cut it off. So I can just take it out and move it again. So if you want to keep your fish indoors, it'll stay anywhere okay except for somewhere that's very damp. So somewhere like a bathroom, you would want to varnish it before you left it in there. If it went outside again, if it gets wet, it's just going to start disintegrating, and that might not be a problem. You might be happy with that. But if you're not and you want to look after it, then give it a good varnish first before you put it out. Hope you've enjoyed making our paper fish, and it'd be really good to see some of the ones that you make at home.